Hi, I'm Sarah Siedentopf. I'm an estate planning and probate attorney in Atlanta, Georgia. Today we're going to be talking about incapacity planning and why it is such a gift for your family. And the very first thing we want to know, of course, is what would be considered incapacity planning. And so the three documents that spring to mind for me are a trust, which obviously has some implications after you've passed away because it does say what happens after you've died. But it also has management instructions and second in command, if you will, that backup trustee for if something happens to you during your lifetime. So your assets can continue to be managed in the trust during your lifetime, even if you are not personally able to do the managing. The other two documents that I think of are the power of attorney, which allows for legal and financial decisions in the event that you cannot make them for yourself, or also, depending on whether you have it started on incapacity or start right away, it could also be legal and financial decisions, right away just for your own convenience. And the Advanced Directive for Healthcare, which allows for medical decision making and specifies what decisions you want. These are in contrast to, say, a will, which has no effect whatsoever during your lifetime and is only effective after you have passed away. So you can be incapacitated and your will does not help you in any way. So those are the three that I consider incapacity planning. There could definitely be some other things added to those, but those are the basics. And why are these such a gift to your family? The first one is hassle. If something happens to you and you become incapacitated, your family has enough to do without trying to get this all figured out. Having this in place, knowing who's in charge, who is legally capable of making decisions and binding contracts is very, very important. Also, confidence. They want to know that they are making the right decisions for you and for the rest of the family. And so if you felt this out ahead of time, put it in a legal document, chosen the right decision makers, outlined decisions, they're going to be confident that they are making the right decision. And then there's also the fact that some of these things can't be done if they aren't done ahead of time, or the fix is really painful. A good example of this is power of attorney. You can sign a power of attorney. They are, not that hard to come by during your lifetime while you have mental capacity. If you wait and something happens and you are no longer competent to sign a power of attorney, nobody can go get a power of attorney. What they have to do is get a guardianship over you. That requires going to court, whereas a power of attorney is a document you sign, in front of witnesses and a notary. There's no court involved. But for a guardianship, not only do they have to go to court, file petitions, notify people, have hearings, have doctors, all of these things, they're actually removing legal rights. The judge in a guardianship petition is deciding whether the proposed ward should have legal rights to make their own decisions or not. And if the incapacity is such that they recover from it later, they actually have to petition to have their rights restored. Power of attorney does not, take away your legal rights. So there are some things that are just hard to get fixed if they're not done ahead of time. And of course, money. It costs more to do it on the back end. It costs more to do it in a hurry. A power of attorney is much, much cheaper than a guardianship proceeding. And so these are the reasons that incapacity planning are a huge gift to your family, a weight off of your shoulders, a weight off of their shoulders. Hopefully you never ever need it, and you can go through life feeling like, maybe this was a waste of money, but it wasn't a waste of money because if it's ever needed, it is such a huge benefit. If you have questions about incapacity planning or are thinking about doing some here in Georgia, I would love to hear from you, and also please like and subscribe. Thanks.